That is good. Hi everyone, it's Shamsa and welcome back to the channel. Today's recipe is a chicken and chickpea curry. This is a classic South Asian dish and we make it regularly in my house. So the ingredients you're going to need is as follows, and please remember to refer back to the description box, which is located directly under the video by pressing more and then more again, where you'll find a list of all the ingredients that we use in today's video along with the quantities if you miss anything. So I have here 1 kg of chicken breast fillet, which I've cubed into medium-sized pieces. You can use chicken thigh for this recipe. You can use any type of chicken on the bone, works really well. Bone adds flavour to a curry, but I'm using chicken breast fillets today. I've got here onions. These were 2 medium onions. I've popped them into my food processor and I've diced them really fine. So you can see that they're holding their shape still. They're not wet and mushy because that's not what you want. And these weigh 350 grams approximately. We have oil. I'm using a blend of olive oil here. You can use whichever you wish. We have a can of chopped in tomatoes and I have 2 cans of chickpeas, which are already ready to use, pre-boiled. Drained them, washed them and just left them there. And now we've got some whole spices here. We've got 2 bay leaves. I've got a cinnamon stick, which was 1 piece, but I've broken it in half. And we have 2 black cardamom pods and the following spices. I've got 2 teaspoons of salt, coriander powder, Kashmiri chilli powder, which is going to add a lovely colour and mild heat. And for heat, we're adding 1 teaspoon of regular chilli powder, and I've got 1 teaspoon of haldi, which is turmeric powder. We also have here a frozen piece of ginger and garlic, which I use. These can be purchased from any local supermarket that does Asian sort of like food in the freezer section. But if you don't have these, then you can use a tablespoon of the pesto puree or fresh, which is even better. We've got here bullet chilies. I've got 3 bullet chilies. I love bullet chilies and I like adding them to curries. I've just sliced them halfway up. These are optional. They will add, you know, I add them in because I love the colour contrast and I love the mild heat that they add. They have this distinctive flavour which they really add to a curry and I love that. But if you don't have them or you don't want to add them, then just leave them out. And to finish the dish off, we have a few ingredients here. We have half a tablespoon of homemade garam masala, which I'll link in the description box because homemade garam masala is the best thing ever rather than the packets that you buy off the shelves. So the recipe will be in the description box for you to take a look at. And we also have here Kashmiri methi, which is dried fenugreek. Now, this adds like so much flavour and depth to the dish when we finish it off at the end. Try not to skip this part because I highly recommend adding Kashmiri methi into your curries if you haven't done already. And here we've got fresh coriander to garnish right at the end, washed and ready and chopped to go. So let's start cooking. Right, I've heated my pan. The heat setting is on a medium for my gas hob and we're going to start by adding the oil in. Now, you want a nice layer of oil to cover the base of the pan. And I would say this is around 150 to 180 millilitres of oil in there. And you can see that it started to heat up almost immediately because the pan was really hot. And into that, first of all, I'm going to add the 2 bay leaves, the black cardamom pods, which I've got 2, and the cinnamon sticks, like that. And we're just going to allow that to infuse that oil for around 10 to 20 seconds. And now we're going to add the onions in and we're going to fry them until they're golden brown in colour. And it should take around maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So straight in with them. Keep the heat on a medium, keep an eye on them, stir them, and I'll show you how they look in around 8 minutes time. Right, so coming back to the onions, and you can see that the colour has changed on them, and this is what you're looking for. Lovely and golden and brown. Now, I'm going to add some boiled kettle water into this to stop this from cooking any further. Just a splash. And then I'm going to add the ginger and garlic cubes in and just fry them for a minute or so, just to get rid of that rawness. And now in with all the spices. So Just give that a quick mix because you don't want the spices to burn. And I forgot to open the can of chopped in tomatoes. Okay. And straight in with them as well. All of that. Just give that a mix. Oh, smells good already. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cook this masala down for around 5 to 6 minutes and develop the flavour. So keep the gas on medium, keep stirring it for the next 5 to 6 minutes. If it needs a little bit of water, just to add a splash of water in and continue that. And I will see you guys back in 5 minutes time when this masala has broken down even more and it's ready for the chicken. See you guys back then. Welcome back everybody. So this is how the masala looks. It's cooked down and the tomatoes have broken down even more, and this is now ready for the chicken. So straight in with the washed chicken. Right, gently mix that through. And we're now going to cook this without the lid on for 6 to 8 minutes on medium heat, and just keep stirring it. You won't need to add any water into this because chicken will obviously release its own natural moisture and you don't need to add any water. So after 8 minutes, I'll show you how this looks, but just keep an eye on it and see you guys back in 8 minutes. Right, okay, coming back to the chicken. It's had 8 minutes of cooking time, and at this stage, we are ready to add the chickpeas into it. Just mix them through like that. I'm also going to add the green chilies in as well. And you also need to add water into this. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water, half a cup there, and give it a stir. Now, if you want it more runnier, then add more water into this. If you want it less runny, add less water. It's personal preference, everybody. So please go with whatever you fancy. And we're going to allow this to come up to temperature. So I'm just going to turn the hob to full and let it bubble away. Once it starts bubbling away and it's at the correct temperature, we're going to pop the lid on and we're going to cook it for 6 to 8 minutes with the lid on to allow the water to cook out and the flavour to develop. And after that, we'll be ready to finish the dish off. So this is now ready. I'm going to pop the lid on and I'm going to lower the heat down to a medium, low to medium. As long as you've got that bubbling away nicely, if you can just move forward slightly just to show them through the lid. So it's bubbling away nicely. That'll just cook on its own for the next 8 minutes. And after 8 minutes, it'll be ready. So see you guys back then. Right, we're just coming back to the curry. I'm going to give you a top tip. So I did say cook this for 8 minutes on a medium heat, but this is how it looks, which is fine. The oil separation has started to happen a little there. I want more. And I'm going to pop the lid back on again. So cook this for approximately 10 to 12 minutes. You'll see the oil separate and come to the surface, and the curry will thicken up as well. So I'll see you guys back in 12 minutes time. Right, coming back to the curry, it's been cooking away for roughly 15 minutes and I'm just going to show you how it looks. And now can you see the oil separation happening, and it's around the edges and in the middle, and now we can finish this off. So homemade garam masala, sprinkle that over like that. We have kasuri methi, which is the dried fenugreek. So just crush that between the palms of your hands to release more flavour and aroma. Just look at that. And then just gently mix that in. There we are. And the last thing is the chopped coriander. Just sprinkle that over, just like that. And there we have it, my chicken and chickpea curry all ready. Let me give you guys a closer look. Right, time to tuck it into this delicious dish and tell you guys exactly how it is. Oh, look at that. I'm just going to have this on its own. That is good. All the flavours are there. The spices, oh, it's got a nice kick to it. The spices are spot on. Try the recipe out. Let me know in the comments below how you find it, and I'll be back with a new video very soon.